Ah, hello there once again, people, and welcome to yet another episode of Seeking Shamblers. This time around, we're checking out a rather basic level, actually. This one seems to be relatively small, so I'm assuming it's just going to be a quick deathmatch level. Basically just called Chaos. It doesn't really have a name in game, so we're basically just calling it by the file name. So yeah, Chaos. And yeah, as said, it's basically just a simple level on Eternal Darkness, so I have no documentation or really information about it. We're working our way through Eternal Darkness. We made ourselves pretty far along in the process. We're actually nearly hitting when they start spamming us with a bunch of TXT documents. Still a few levels away from that, and it seems like a bunch of stuff that I'm not too familiar with. So I'm thinking we're going to have a couple levels in a row here, whereby it's like stuff I'm not too familiar with. But it is stuff. It is definitely expanded in September, which is the smallest period for Quake levels outside of like July, which really was small stuff anyway. But yeah, September for some reason had like a bit of a dip in content on the Wiki for some reason. I'm not too sure why. I'm assuming because we've seen a lot of stuff that was released in August, and we've seen stuff released in October, but we haven't really seen much released in September, and so therefore there wasn't much of a focus, particularly on September content. Eternal Darkness, I believe, was September, maybe. And so if that's the case, we're getting a little bit of content at least for September. And that's basically the whole idea here, is getting some of these September maps found and covered. And so here we are with Chaos. A relatively, as I said, basic level, nothing really too fancy, but it's a level. It is part of that period that had a little bit of a dip. So therefore, let's cover it. Let's see it. So we have one more. And interestingly enough, it seems to be a deathmatch-based map, but it does have a grunt, which is always a welcoming thing when you don't really have, much in this particular level. As you see, it's just a small little arena, it looks like. Nothing too fancy. You have, like, almost a one-room type map, whereby you have, like, a top balcony, a middle floor, and then down here where you face off against a grunt. Is there even going to be many guns in this level? I would hope so, otherwise this is going to be a terrible deathmatch map. But, as you see, there's the grunt. That's already done. Have some fires detailing an area down there. Other than that, it looks like, I thought it was going to be an elevator, but turns out actually you're running around in a circle. Okay. As you see, here are all the different guns, if you want them. Here's a super nail gun on the opposite side of this middle floor area, it looks like. And now we're heading up to the top floor already. Yeah, there's really not a lot here. It's one of those, like, Deathmatch 2 style maps, whereby there's not many things. Not even, like, resources anywhere. Yeah, here's already, like, the end of the map. So, rocket launcher, grenade launcher, nail gun, super nail gun, those are all the pickups in the entire freaking level. Yeah, there's not really much to really do here, even on a deathmatch type mentality. Yes, no healing, no ammo, no power-ups, nothing really. Just a couple little things and a small little arena. Very basic, but I guess functional somewhat. Anyway, as said, this really is just a basic deathmatch map, but at least we did have a grunt to shoot. I'm assuming at least it's a deathmatch map. Watch as it turns out one day it's actually was intended to be single player as well, or something like that. I don't have, of course, the original documentation, so I have no freaking clue, and I'm basically guessing. But as said, basically just looking at it and based on the design, I pretty much am assured that this is a multiplayer map. It does not feel like single player, even with a grunt, because as said, we've seen many levels whereby they'll add like one enemy to like a multiplayer level, so that's nothing new or really that unique, if you will. But at least it's a little map. At least it adds something. As said, it's really small and really kind of just there. But it's something to add, and something to add to our giant list of levels. So, yeah, one more level added. So, with that in mind, I don't know what I'm doing in my life sometimes. Thank you all for watching. It's been an adventure, and I shall see you all, hopefully, in something a bit more involved. See you all, well, next time.